Salutations, my fellow dandies. It's me, once again, Jack Dandy. And we're back in Final Fantasy XIV. And I am very excited for, but also, I really wish I was playing Elden Ring. It's like, I know in my head that the smart thing to do is to wait until next week to play it, but oh man, I've just seen people tweet. I've had to mute 2 people already because they were posting screenshots, and I was like, no spoilers. Yeah. But, salutations, Brian. Hope you're fine and dandy. You're currently dying in 36-degree heat. It's not quite that hot here, but it's up there. I think we're about sort of in the 25, 26 region. But it is, it's not too bad. I got the fan on. It's a bit sticky. It's starting to get humid. So if hopefully we get a thunderstorm soon to sort of even it out. But yeah, I don't envy you in 36-degree heat. What the hell is that? This is my Gentleman of Light costume. It's the only appropriate attire for a Hildibrand arc. And of course I'm doing the Mandeville Mambo, as is tradition. So yeah, this is the new Hildibrand quest. It is the newest Hildibrand quest. It's the Endwalker quest. Hildibrand, without an exaggeration, is my favourite part of Final Fantasy XIV. He's my favourite character, and his quest lines are my favourite. I was so sad that there wasn't a Hildibrand quest in Shadowbringers, because it means I checked, because I was like, how long has it actually been since I played the Stormblood Hildibrand quests? And it was November 2022, so it's been a year and a half since I played a Hildibrand for anything. So I'm very excited. Like I said, it's somewhat muted by the fact that I really want to play Elden Ring, but I am very, very excited to play Hildibrand. So let's crack on, because I don't know actually, there's 10 quests, and I don't know how long they are, and there's a trial at the end. And I'm a bit worried that, as always I am, doing a trial late at night I'm not going to find anyone to do it with. Which means we might have to, which has happened before with the Hildibrand quest, because they're not massively popular. Compared to other stuff. So it might be a case, which I think should still be fine. If we get to the trial and it's too late and we can't find anyone, we might have to finish Hildibrand off on Tuesday and then finish Endwalker off. I think the last 3 quests of Endwalker should take about sort of between 2 and 3 hours. I don't think there's actually any fighting. There might be an instance, I don't know. But it's mostly I think it's mostly dialogue and cutscenes. This is how you did dance at Dizzy John's wedding. No, I think dancing like that would kill me. I'm not nearly. I'm just not a dancing person generally, but also I just don't have that much stamina. You know, I can do a kind of, you do kind of like a shoulder shuffle and you do the thumbs. That's kind of my style. Okay, let's crack on. So last time, I had to check, because it's been a year and a half, I couldn't remember what happened in the last Hildibrand quest. Hildibrand is a himbo, and he is joined by his bimbo assistant Nashu. They're great. And he is a gentleman detective who goes around solving crimes, mostly through luck, sometimes through initiative. The last time we saw him, he was in Kogane, and he was tracking down a wolf burglar. I think it was the name of him, who was accused of stealing swords. And I can't remember the exact story, but our friend Hildibrand's rival is Gilgamesh, who he calls Greg, and Greg teleported So the words were he teleported him to a far-off land, and he accidentally teleported Hildibrand and Nashu as well. Now, I think the intention was they were going to have Hildibrand show up, have a Hildibrand mission set in the first, and have during Shadowbringers, and have you go to the first and do a Hildibrand quest there. But because of COVID, they didn't do it. And he's they said they wanted to take a bit of a break, but I think some part of it was COVID, and they just had enough. They just didn't have time to come up with something, so they gave him a break. But now he's back. My name's Gilgamesh. Hi, Greg. That's basically exactly what happened. Hildibrand couldn't. I either misheard him or just couldn't say Gilgamesh, so he just called him Greg, and Gilgamesh just kind of rolled with it, and now everyone calls him Greg, and he just accepts Greg as his name. Anyway, let's go. The Sleeping Gentleman. Wait, I know you. We met in Kugane. You're that stone-cold killer I asked to look after the love of my life. I actually don't remember this guy, but okay. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me. You and me, we had a moment, a connection. Not like the one I've got with her, of course, but I know I left an impression. Sorry, dude. Maybe if you had an actual name. The creepy little bastard who smells like cheese and followed Nashu to Kugane after stalking her for over 5 years. Frankly, considering how many blows to the head I've taken, I'm lucky I haven't got my own name. Oh, I do remember this. Sotratus, I think, told me about this, but I also read about this. This guy is in the back, is stalking Nashu through, the first 2 Hildibrand quests in around Reborn and in Heavenswood. He's, in the background. Whenever you go and talk to... Whenever Nashu is, the quest giver, he's in the background, hiding behind crates and things. You can go and actually track him down. He appears, multiple times. Both of these are fantastic comebacks, though. And I'm going to call him the creepy little bastard who smells like cheese. Hey, there's nothing creepy about my love. It's as pure as the pristine waters of a forest stream. Fair point about the cheese stink, though. But enough about me, this is about Miss Nashu. Ever since she got sucked into that weird portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any sign of her. I was this close to giving up, but then huzzah! I found her here in Radzahan. Normally I'd be happy to get back to playing the silent invisible guardian, but she seems pretty distressed by the plight of her inspector friend. He's here too, but laid up and showing no signs of waking up anytime soon. My Nashu had been fashioning all sorts of medicines as hope of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I couldn't care less if he kicked the bucket, but I hate seeing her like this. She's liable to work herself to death. So what say you? You deliver my dearest Nashu from her plight? You find her over at the High Crucible, no doubt slaving over in a limbic. And with that, I'll get back to cheering her on from the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go quickly, save my beloved. So Hildibrand is the son of Godbert Mandeville, the big buff guy who runs the Gold Saucer. And, I think it was Travis. So he has all of Godbert's oh, I can just walk over that. He has all of Godbert's durability, but none of Godbert's strength. So he's a very, very hard man to kill. He gets exploded quite a lot. He gets blown into different dimensions and to different countries, basically at the end of each adventure. And he's generally fine, but he occasionally gets amnesia or occasionally locks up and goes into a coma. So that's basically what's happened here. But it's Nashu! And that should do it. Now to take this medicine and... Nashu's great as well. Poor Jack! It feels like it's been forever. No, definitely less than a year, I'm sure. Yes, it has been... it's been like 5 or 6 weeks at most. How long has it been since Stormblood? Maybe 2 months? What brings you to Radzahan? Enjoying a spot of adventuring, or perhaps... Yeah, and you've heard. It's true. Inspector Hildibrand's gone into hibernation again and... Ah, wait, you're giving me that look. The one that screams, what about the whole weird portal business? Alright, since you silently asked. So back on the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused with dew prism and was forced to whisk us all far away? That's basically what it says. Yeah, there's Greg. And that strange rift then opened up, which the inspector then got sucked up into. And how I followed him in after that. Well, after that, we all ended up in this bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left from right. And so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we were in the inspectorial rift, and then used the same trick to bring us home. Greg himself stayed behind, though. Something about a score that he had to settle. Not sure what that was about, but hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now, and the rub is that Inspector Hildibrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time, and we've got cases to solve. I'm trying my hand at apothecary stuff, seeing if I can't make something that will get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. Well, I think we're making progress. Me and Mr. Chupacabra from the Shoka concern, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Got sucked into the rift along with us? Former evil mastermind? Not so bad once you get to know him. Oh yeah, so this was the bad guy from, he wasn't the bad, oh I guess he was. He mind-controlled God, but I guess, yeah, that makes him kind of evil. Please allow to meet you once more, and under less compromising circumstances. If I may correct our mutual friend, I am Jubraka, chairman of the Sanjatra concern. Your distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty glare is not unwarranted. But in my defence, who among us is not contemplating enslaving the rich and powerful to bend the world to their whim? Depends what version you read. I imagine no, there must be. I pray you forgive my poor joke, and allow me to assure you that after wandering the interdimensional rift for the sisters only know how long, I am a changed man. Naturally, I understand that words alone would not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I have operated a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of one and all. Furthermore, I made arrangements for Miss Nashu's workshop. Rest assured that I spare no effort in helping her see Inspector Hildibrand awakened and returned to full health. And with that, if you'd excuse me, I must see to other business. What did you come here for, then? Just to introduce yourself? Oh, he has an evil face still. Also, Nashu's whole thing is that she I don't know if expert's necessarily the right word, but she likes explosives. And you'll notice that she has 3 bombs under her desk. Isn't he the nicest ex-villain you've ever met? Ah, but that's right. I just finished my latest medicine. I got high hopes for this new recipe. Medicine might not do us any good. Really? Well, you've seen all kinds of amazing things in your travels, so maybe you'll be able to tell what's wrong with an inspector if you get a look at him yourself. He's resting in a room up in Kama. Let's go. Yeah, Nashu likes to explode things. It's kind of her go-to. I wonder if these bombs have always been here, or whether they only appear once you start the Hildibrand stuff. It was so dandy he had to meet you. That is true. I am that thing. I am that. People were they hit the relic quests this time around. They put behind the Hildibrand quests. So not only the relic quests are like how you get the best weapons in each expansion, and there's normally a standalone quest kind of separated off specifically for the relic quests. And then this time they went, oh no, you need to do the Hildibrand quests, which means going back and doing my boy. Hang on. This one. I forget he steps back a little bit. There we go. normally it's got the relic quests have got their own quest line, which you have to do. But this time they put them as part of the Hildibrand quest. But to do the Hildibrand quest, you have to do the Hildibrand quests from the previous 3 Hildibrand quests from the last 3. And people were complaining, and I was like, who would complain about having to play the Hildibrand quests? They're great. Happy Pride, we have a thumbnail. Maybe. I'll tell you what. I'll take it just in case. But there's the thing about the Hildibrand quest is that they will almost definitely have. Oh, hang on, I can't. Oh, I can't move my camera around that freely. Oh, I can't center. There's no like panning. That's unfortunate. Hang on, if I go here and then rotate, that works. There we go. I'm just gonna. There we go. The thing with the Hildibrand quest is they go all in on the cutscenes in this one. Eventually, they're not necessarily. Well, you'll see. Isn't this room nice? Mr. Chupacabra has taken care of everything, even paid the rent in full. Oh, but I'm distracting you, aren't I? You need to concentrate while you examine the inspector, yes? Study the sleeping inspector. You may move the camera as well. Okay. Let's have a look at Hildibrand. See if we can figure out what's wrong with him. I mean, first of all, you've got him fully dressed. Oh, can I inspect Nashu? I can inspect Nashu. Beside the bed, Hildibrand's loyal assistant Nashu dozes peacefully. Her ability to stay calm in the most trying of times has been sorely tested of late. Pariga, one of the master of the house, such as the shout.
Not a costume change. You look amazing. But I would like the only mount you use to be Dandy Kong.
I can approve of that. Until a point. I'll tell you why, because you unlock a mount as part of this quest, but that doesn't. It's right at the end, so. But yes, otherwise yes, happy with that. Pariga, the master of the house, searches the shelves with remarkable dexterity for one so large of body and limb. What else can I inspect? I will look at Hildibrand eventually. I just think it's funny that you can inspect other things. Alright. Hildibrand's face. Rugged features belie what is, at closer glance, the sensitive mien of a cultured gentleman. When he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. Rippling muscles bespeak impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only on the rarest of occasions does the man resort to violence. Troublingly, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if the blood runs cold to his veins. The exquisite buckle of the stylish footwear, a design unique to House Mandeville. Though these shoes would almost certainly fetch a small fortune in the markets. I have inspected Hildibrand closely and learnt nothing. Can we just blow him up? The inspector's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the Scions who were summoned to the First for a time. Oh, yeah. So he actually is in Shadowbringers, as there is a quest that you can do where there's a bunch of phantoms in the background, and Hildibrand has a rare chance of appearing in the background and being just like, who am I? Where am I? So it might be a case that his soul is in the First and we have to get him. Oh, finished already? Any theories as to what's wrong with the inspector? Well, he's a soulless husk. I suspect he may have been summoned to another reflection. I see. I mean, I don't, but that's what you're supposed to say at times like this. I know that much. How do we wake him up? Return his soul to his body? But where did it go? what is it doing there? Probably went to the first to become the Gentleman of Darkness, as you do. I think it's gone to another world wholly unlike ours, but still slightly like ours. A world of contrast. I like that he's gone to become the Gentleman of Darkness. That was it. So Hildibrand was in the original Final Fantasy XIV as well, where he was calling himself the Gentleman of Light. I think he believed himself to be the Warrior of Light, and then as you progress through the quest, he realizes that he's not the Warrior of Light and is instead the Gentleman of Light. And then he fires himself at Bahamut, I think, to try and beat him, and explodes. And then and then the next time you see him is in A Realm Reborn, and he's in the desert and he thinks he's a zombie because he can't remember who he is. I see. Right. So can you go there? Yeah. Great. In that case, I'll leave the soul searching to you. I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived in this otherworldly world, look for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue, and chat with people there. That's standard Agent of Inquiry protocol. Oh, and since this is Inspector Hildibrand we're talking about, don't be surprised if you find him asleep or having forgotten a thing or two. But not to worry, I've prepared my traditional medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it. And with that, do take care out there. Okay, so I need to go to the Crystarium. So this, like I said, this is, I imagine, what their plan was to do with him originally, and then because of COVID, they didn't do anything in the first, or something similar to this. So that dude from the tip, fire me, boy. He basically is. I think literally he gets Nashu. Oh, it's a fellow Pompadour. Yeah. You don't see many more Pompadour people in the wild. Where do I need to go? Oh, I need to go there. But which one's the best one to do? Is it in the pen? I'm trying to think. I hate the Crystarium because it's so hard to tell. There's so many layers. It's so hard to tell when something's high up or low down. Okay, but I chose the right one. Welcome back, friend. I'd offered you a pint, but my barman senses tell me that's not why you're here. Yeah, I think he literally gets Nashu to blow him up into Bahamut or something. Because I can't play the original Final Fantasy XIV anymore. There's cutscenes on the internet, and I watched them a while ago. So this friend of yours has gone missing. Sorry to hear that, but plenty of travellers pass through these parts. Could you describe the fellow to me? Hume, burly, wears a monocle, well-meaning idiot. If both of these are true, his suit does get tattered quite a lot. But yeah, we'll say Hume, burly, wears a monocle, well-meaning idiot. Basically, I mean, he's wearing the same clothes I am. Oh, yes, that sounds familiar. Mind you, I didn't see him myself, but I do believe one of our bounty hunters spied such a man when you were all battling that horde of spectral warriors. Oh yeah, so literally, yeah, that cameo of that's the quest that I'm talking about, where you were fighting loads of spectral warriors. That cameo is actually canon, and he is actually there. He's just, his body got summoned. Gyo, come here for a moment. There's someone here who wants to speak with you. You described yourself. I have sunglasses, thank you very much. So, make it quick. Shale ain't gonna finish it sugar shelf. Wait, you're one of the Exarch's friends, the Warrior of Darkness. Fought by your side when the glowing bastards came to ruin our day. But we showed them, nah, but enough for reminiscing. War's so important they had to interrupt my regularly scheduled drinking. I need to find a himbo. Alright, you mention it. I did see someone like that. Back there on the battlefield after you ran off to do more hero work. At first I thought he was going to attack me like the rest of the Spirit Watsits, but no, he just stood there striking a pose. Trying to scare or seduce me. Damned if I could tell. With Hildibrand it could be either. Still, he was glowing and I wasn't about to take any chances. I said, hey, piss off, Ghost, and sent him packing. Did he die, you ask? To which I say, what am I, a chirurgeon? Also, I kept my mug waiting long enough. Good talk. Okay, so Hildibrand's soul may have been destroyed. Could it be the Warrior of Darkness? I vaguely remember these two. I thought that was your voice, but was convinced my ears were playing tricks on me. It's good to see you again. Don't mean to eavesdrop, but we overheard you discussing the renegade poser. We've been searching for him for some time now. There have been sightings in Lakeland, you see. Vonard and I have been tasked with getting to the bottom of it. We've little in the way of useful information, though. As we know, all we know is that he appears without warning and strikes a disturbing pose. He's not caused any harm, if you discount the shock of a strange man gesticulating in your general direction, that is. Nevertheless, we're worried his behaviour might escalate. We've been tasked with apprehending the miscreant as well. Not quite, Vonard. Jack's come back to track down a missing friend. I don't call him a friend per se, but I do happen to be looking for a man. No, he is my friend. Your miscreant, I'm going to say, might be my friend. Me and Hildibrand are bros. If the man you're looking for might be the one and the same, then why not work together? Between the three of you, you're bound to have better luck. It would be an honour, and a great help. We were just about to leave to gather testimony as it happens. Come and join us in Sullen when you've finished here. We'll solve this mystery in no time. I don't think I could reasonably argue that I'm not Hildibrand's friend dressed like this. You are wearing the exact same clothes as him. Yeah. Okay, no, you're the Warrior of Darkness. Whatever you say goes. As per request, Monkey Mount. Let's go, Dandy Kong. This mount is very fitting for a Hildibrand mission, I think. Riding it always reminds me. I know it just reminds me of the end, like the penultimate arc of Gintama. I love Gintama. It's like they told the author of Gintama that he had a certain number of chapters to wrap the story up, and instead of doing it, he just decided to do this story about a gorilla, about the police officer marrying a gorilla, and it was like several chapters long, and there was a whole thing about this like big international like relations thing with this gorilla, and then he had to finish Gintama off in Jump Plus because he didn't do it in time. Did I see him? You bet I did. I was crossing through the forest of the Lost Shepherd on my way to deliver fish to the hostile Imperative. Out of nowhere, this odd man leapt in front of me. I thought it was a bandit at first, but then he abruptly turned to the side, curled his neck and put his fist to his head as if to say, I don't know. It was baffling. I ran when I realised he wasn't going to do anything else. I love that Hildibrand's entire plan is I'm just going to do the most gentlemanly pose at them, and hopefully someone will assist me eventually. Oh, that fellow, I saw him the other day on the way home from Clearmelt. I'd enjoyed one too many libations after my bath and ended up wandering off into the forest. Before I knew it, the sun was dipping low and the sky turning dark, and I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever make it home. Then I felt a gentle tug at my arm, and will you believe it? This odd-looking man led me out of the forest and sent me back on the road. I thanked him profusely, but he said nothing in reply. Just struck this weird pose and walked off. So he's helping people, that's nice. Oh. Sullen woman. Ah, yes, I saw someone like that when I was out picking mushrooms in the forest. He even spoke to me. I was repulsed at first by his form, but only wanted to warn me that foul beasts lurk in the forest, and then I should be wary. Contrary to appearance, I'd say he was actually quite gentlemanly. We have found our man. This looks closer than it was. I would have taken. I should have got out Dandy again to go over here. Yeah, 6 chapters of finish story. Okay, I'm gonna do guerrilla romance. It's literally what he did. They were like, you need to finish this, and he went, no, I'm gonna do a story about an intergalactic guerrilla marriage, and then they went, okay. Well, you're going to have to finish... We're not giving you more chapters, so you're going to have to finish it in a different magazine. Finished questioning the locals, have you? Were you able to learn anything? Yeah, it's probably my guy. Not only has he proposed a cause no harm, he's even helped people. So he's a gentleman, albeit a suspicious one. Something of a contradiction, you might say. But there's no reason to doubt what we heard. Everyone seemed to encounter him in the forest of the Lost Shepherd, right? And that's where we'll look next, shall we? Also, no one's mentioned that my wind-up automaton looks like the man either, but that's, you know, that's what it is. Let's go, Dandy. Ook. He needs a tie. I think that's the only thing he's missing. We need to put a little tie on him. Maybe they can do a seasonal variant like they did with that, that spring Gobu one. They could just do a seasonal variant of the monkey with a tie on it instead. I don't know what season that would be. Needs a pomp wig to match you. I mean, he's got a bit of a sort of lick there. Like, you know, he's doing his best with what he's got. Well, here we are, but how exactly are we supposed to begin our search? These woods are, well, woods. Give it to me. I'm just going to do the Mandeville Mambo, and I'll summon him. Got a plan, do you? Far be it from me to doubt the Warrior of Darkness. Show us what you've got in mind, and we'll back you up to the best of our ability. Oh, yeah! I was joking. I'm actually going to do it. Oh, it's got to be the Mambo. The Mandeville is good, but I prefer the Mambo. I just realised you're in the world again and didn't bring your Stola. She's never going to see her lion husband again. To be yeah, I don't know why she's so reluctant for me to just bring her in a crystal, but she wants to find a different way to get to so she can visit on her own. But let's do the Mambo. Oh, I love Hildibrand stuff. The fact that we get... Yeah! Oh, the fact that we get a cinematic Mambo. Hark! What familiar gentlemanly gyrations are these? Gave him angel wings. No, this is about what I was like. This is about what I was expecting. Light Warden, the forgiven gentleman. Oh, he's cosplaying a Light Warden. Of course, you're down channel in that nutshell. But Hildibrand is everything I want to be. Just, it's everything my Warrior of Light aspires to be. He's the best character in this whole game. On your guard, it's a Sin Eater. Oh, wait, that's no Sin Eater. It's just an idiot. It's the Gentleman of Light! Gentleman of Light, who is this Gentleman of Light of whom you speak? I am the Forgiven Gentleman, Devourer of Sins, Light Warden Extraordinaire. Another Sin Eater, your Hildibrand, the Gentleman Inspector. Although the other true one was true as well, he does occasionally cosplay as a zombie. Inspector, Sin Eater. Inspector, Sin Eater. You're acquainted with this, gentleman. Right then. Clearly your friend has been through a lot, but still, how did he get in his head that he's a Sin Eater? Is there no way to bring back his memories? Yep. We're just basically going to hit me on the head. Is Nashu giving me a bomb? Yep. I figured that was the medicine that Nashu would give me. Explosives? We're trying to save him, right? He did a volleyball receive. Oh, he's gonna set it for me and then spike it. I've watched Haikyuu. Zero tempo! You see what I mean by that? These quests always have the best cutscenes. Wicked White, we've killed him! It's fine, trust me. Four or five facts is this, I've played the damn game. They really reserve like the silliest of hijinks for the Hildibrand stuff. Although they did start doing some more like slapstick stuff in the post Endwalker quest. I noticed like there was quite a lot of like because a lot of these like silly sound effects that the squeaking and the like head turning noises and things. They did that in the main quest. So maybe they're leaning that way a bit more, but. I agree. Yeah, this is my favourite bit. I say, Jack, I'd resigned myself to Nashu's ungentle methodology, but you too, my brutish friend. Don't mind that. I do not recall the world being quite so purple. Previously, I was with Nashu and Greg wandering the bizarre, shadowy realm known as the Inspectorial Rift. Oh. Hang on, why did did the two of them have the Echo as well? I think they were like, they might have been Warrior of Darkness candidates, so I guess maybe they did have the Echo. Where am I? Who am I? Yeah, so that's the line he says in the dungeon that he appears in. Sickening light, aggressive posturing. I know what you are. You're one of them, ain't you? All you need is a good old-fashioned dwarven decking. Piss off, ghost! I mean, that's what he said he did do. He did tell him to piss off Ghost and then got rid of him. I love that Hildibrand just shake his ass so menacingly that it scares a light warden. Run for your lives, it's a sin eater. Sorry, sin eater. Light wardens are like the big sin eaters, but even still, just... A sin eater? Okay, so nice that we had the echo to tell us that Hildibrand is an idiot. I want no part of that sin, goddamn. I'll be damned. I saw a vision of the man's past. No wonder he became convinced he was a sin eater. I saw it too. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous memory I've ever glimpsed. Answer me, my faithful assistant. Where are we? And why is it so purple? The first? The first what? You telling me we somehow travelled to an entirely different world? Good gods, to think that I have transcended the very boundaries of time and space. But worry not, my adoring fans. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will return to you forthwith. Oh, we get the title drop. No, okay, maybe they'll do it after the next quest. Of course, it just assumes everyone loves him. Oh yeah. Hildibrand, like I said, he's just the best character. Well, I've enjoyed what time I've spent in this far-flung first that I can remember. We should be getting back to our own world too soon. Would you happen to know how we might go about doing that? I need to put you in a crystal. Restore my soul with a spirit vessel. Say no more. Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It's not unlike brewing the perfect cup of coffee, which means our task is clear. We require the services of a skilled soul sommelier. I know a soul sommelier named Bekluk. Splendid. I see that even in this world you rub shoulders with the cream. Let us pay this Bekluk a visit. Now, I'm not sure what you're plotting to do with souls, but if you require Bekluk's assistance, we can help. Aye, they've aided us time and time again. I reckon they'd do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity. I mean, you can do this quest whenever, but, like, we spoke to Bekluk, like, an hour ago. I think it ends in air, like the wine taste. Oh, sommelier. Probably. See, I'm alright with English words, but when it comes with the French words, I always get the pronunciation slightly wrong. I don't remember whether it's a silent T or whether they pronounce the T at the end, or... I'm just glad that they don't have too many Welsh words. If you're ready, I'll call for Beck Luke. It's been 15 minutes, Warrior of Light. Ah, the genius soul sommelier. You have come highly recommended by Jack, and what an adorable little puppy you have. So, what? Puppy? I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confusion. Puppy? Who is this imbecile Jack? I've half a mind to make him dig a hole so I can throw him in it. But I presume he is a friend of yours, and one in need, no less. Oh god, Welsh scares me. What's his name? You can pronounce Ralph. There are quite a few characters with Welsh names in this game. There's a guy in Limsa that always makes me laugh when I walk past because it looks like someone's just smashed the keyboard. But it does spell a name. What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source? I've forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do it the last time. Yet you walked in here and asked me this favour with the air of one shopping for a new hat. His case is no different from the others, at least. He is presently only in soul, as they were. You'll need another spirit vessel, of course. You don't happen to have one on you already, do you? Entrusted to you by the Crystal Exarch, you say? Heh, if only you knew how you were using it. Fortunately, I have a porksy on hand. We've been using it to treat patients at risk of transforming into eaters. I suppose it's due for a change of pace. There is, however, one concern. In case I didn't make it clear before, the process can place great strain upon one's soul. If he is lacking in resilience, there's a chance he will not survive. That his very essence will be rent asunder. I don't think there's any risk of that. After what he's lived through, it'd be implausibly anticlimactic for him to die like that. Aha! Jack knows me all too well. I assure you, my good sommelier, who is most certainly not a dog, you needn't worry for Hildibrand, Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville. Yes, I have the distinct impression that the gods themselves could not kill him if they tried. And they have. They have. Come along then, Hildy, I can't be bothered to remember that name. In 1,000 thanks. Simply point me to the soul siphon, and I shall hop right in. The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him, no matter how much I might be tempted. Timbo invincible will be fine. He is just... He's got that... Like, he's too stupid to know that he's ever in danger, and therefore he's never in danger. It's like how drunk people can, like, survive... like what would otherwise be fatal injuries because they're you know, they don't realise what's happening and they're all floppy. He's like that, but in mind and body. You'll be pleased to know that the process was smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All we need to do is take his spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact. There you go. If there's nothing else, Vonard and I should be getting back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Jack, if all too brief. I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was there for it. Till we meet again, rest assured that Thaler and I will be doing our damnedest to look after the people here in your absence. It's nice to see Moron again, at least. 2.0 and give it to her to eat. She'd live forever. I wonder if Zero... No, they don't... Generally, they don't let you interact with, normal people. as part of the Hildibrand quest. I don't think that any of the Scions know that I know Hildibrand. I feel like it's the kind of thing the Warrior of Light wouldn't mention. And none of them are ever involved in any of the quests, so... Nashu, you appear to have lost Hildibrand's body. What happened? I left you alone for 5 minutes. You're back, not a moment too soon. We have an emergency on our hands. Gentlemanly spirit vessel. Inspector Soul is in this, you say? Why would I given it to Nashu? That's great, but we have another problem now. The inspector's body has gone missing. We went to the markets to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen. I double-checked that every door was locked before we left, but there's nothing to suggest someone forced their way in. We've got a case on our hands. The case of the evaporated inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come on, let's start looking for witnesses. I think it is actually testament to how durable Hildibrand is by the fact that all the Scions were disintegrating and had to have Cryo and Tartaru constantly manage their ether to save their bodies from decaying whilst they were in the source. But Hildibrand not only went to the source before everyone else, because he went at the end of Stormblood, but he's been there since without any ethereal management, and is absolutely fine. I see anyone get carried away out of that house, you ask? I was too distracted with stock taking to make note of any comings or goings. Sorry, I couldn't be of more help. Oh, who's this dubious individual Nash is talking to? Yes, the most distressing situation indeed. It's quite dubious. I didn't see anyone carry a person out of that house, no. But I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack, so heavy he's strained to lift it. I didn't think much of it at the time, and now that you mention it, it was a bit suspicious. She's adorable, but there's not a thought in that head. Oh no, Nashu is potentially even a bigger bimbo than Hildibrand is a himbo. They are a perfect pair. There you are! This man says he has vital information that will help us in our investigation. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Delion, Editor-in-Chief of the Thavnerian Truth, a monthly publication devoted to exploring unexplained and otherworldly phenomena on our isle. Your companion shared with me news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who is behind the incident, but I fear may not like the answer, for the kidnapper is not of this star. He's been stolen by a loporrit. They come from the heavens, from beyond the great expanse. They descend in curious, saucer-shaped airships to study our world. Oh, okay, no, he's not talking about the loporrits. Our society, our buildings, our very bodies. I mean, I guess actually that could still be the loporrits. You shudder, no doubt, as you realise of whom I speak. It couldn't be, you protest. Oh, but it could. And it is. Your dear friend the Inspector has been abducted by aliens. I mean, we know that aliens exist in this world. We're friends with one. Several. In fact, the satrap of this town is an alien. It's not that surprising. Oh, but he'll be fine, you assure yourself. After all, they just want to understand us better. You poor deluded child. That they do, but to what end? Why else? That they might one day take over our world. What are you teaching them? I mean, we could find a way to blame Oriange for this, I'm sure. What is worse, they plan to do so with the aid of collaborators. For the Sharlians are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for a position of power within their regime. Okay, now I think he is just talking about the loporrits. The final days was also the work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessedly, it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, as those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. That was me, and I was very aware. I had hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions. It would seem events have only emboldened them. If they are indeed carrying out abductions here in Radzat-Han. Even as we speak, your friend lays prone on a sterile bed in their base of the surface of the moon, where they poke and probe him with inscrutable instruments as their floppy ears... Okay, he is talking about the Loporrits. Their floppy ears wiggle with fiendish delights. But I have said too much. I must continue my investigation in secret. The fate of our world is at stake. So introducing himself now. I am Urianchi, these are the Loporrits. They are my children, like Batman with his Robins. Oh no, that sounded awful. You have to go to the moon and save the Inspector at once. At least got the floppy ears part right. The Loporrits aren't aliens though. Actually, just because they live on the moon, but they're terrestrial in creation. Like, he should be looking at the dragons. Those are aliens. Huh? So you don't think the Inspector is somewhere being probed by aliens? But if not them, then who's probing him? A man carrying a suspiciously large sack. That sounds promising. Maybe someone else can tell us more. Someone up ahead may have seen something. Let's ask around. Nashu, yeah, I got Nashu as my accompaniment. Oh, hell yeah. It's a little thing, but this is, I think, probably my favourite, like, little feature that they added in Endwalker, just for the ability for companions to follow you around, because it feels like a proper RPG now. Pariga and his family are the nicest people. They've got such gentle eyes and long snouts too, longer than everyone who I've ever met in Eorzea. That is true, Nashu. They do have that. You're right. That is not a wrong thing that you've said. The man with the sack. Indeed. I couldn't help but take note of him as he passed, trying so very hard to be inconspicuous as he was. He descended to Alzadel's path, then went over to the fountain where he was met with a merchant, I believe. Such a hefty sack it was. My mind was racing with the possibilities of what it might contain. That had to be our man, right? We need to hunt down that merchant. Wait, can I jump off here again? Nashu's fine. But I want to make sure I speak to all the speaky bits. So I didn't skip one, did I? No, we're good. I want to know all of Nashu's insights. It's incredible, isn't it? It reminds me of the giant statue of Lord Godber, the Gold Saucer. Once the Inspector's back on his feet, we'll have to show him. I mean, I guess it does, except that, you know, just... I mean, sure, yeah, fine, it does. I mean, it's not a statue of a man in his underwear, but yeah. A man with a large sack. Ah, you bet I saw him. In fact, I sold him my chocobo. First, I told him to get lost. That bird and I go way back and so forth. But he was in a hurry and his offer was very generous. When you're in my line of work, you can't afford to get too sentimental. And now I can buy a whole stable's worth of chocobos. Did he say where he was planning to go next? He was muttering something about having to get to Saltwind's Welcome in a hurry. Probably why he was desperate for a chocobo. It's a long way to go on foot, never mind the sack. Did you hear that, Jack? We need to head to Saltwind's Welcome right away. Aww, Nashu isn't accompanying me anymore. Is this staff behind the kitchen? It is, okay. We travel by Dandy Comb. Yes, I will get my monkey out for a little bit. I should let me add them to my hotbar officially, and that way I don't have to keep digging them out. I don't know who would have stolen Hildibrand's body, though. I mean, he was a handsome man. Here we are, which means the mysterious man with the mysterious sack must be near. Keep your eyes peeled. Over there! That man is definitely up to no good. That doesn't quite look big enough, but... Maybe he's waiting for a co-conspirator. We should stay out of sight and watch what happens. Urianger, actually, let's see, he was Alpha Himbo. Oh no, Urianger is like the super nerd. Oh, it's Chupacabra. Oh, Mr. Chupacabra. But he expressly told us he had put the evil schemes behind him. He wouldn't lie, would he? The goods appear to be none the worse for wear. Very well. Your payment as promised. My client will be most pleased. Oh, okay. Oh no, he's going to feed the inspector that giant sea monster. It is an honour and a pleasure as always, Dr. Lugai. This isn't a character that I am familiar with. I have faith this specimen will meet with your satisfaction. So, this is the one said to be the strongest, most resilient in all the world, the Mandeville Man. None other. He has weathered countless explosions and a multitude of martial abuses, including a devastating suplex I myself did witness. It is even said he survived a journey to Dalamud itself and survived the Lesser Moon's fall with nary a scratch. That's what happened at the end of Final Fantasy XIV, where he threw himself into the moon and it exploded and he was fine. Most fortunately for us, he has fallen into a coma from which I am assured he will never awake. You are free to do with his body as you please. Even the mightiest of warriors can't fight while asleep. Those meddlers may have gotten the better of me and my beautiful boy in the Tower of Babel, but my next child will be all but invincible. With this body, mine to command, I will exact a bloody, glorious revenge. Oh, did we kill him in the Tower of Babel? Okay, I guess he was a Garlean scientist or something. I don't know. I might have to look up who this guy is. Forgive my boldness, Dr. Lugai, but when might I expect the rest of my payment? I have debts that must be repaid. Worry not. With the Telophoroi gone for good, the vast fortune of House Brutus is entirely at my disposal. I shall shower you with wealth, my loyal minion. And gladly shall I accept the spoils, Doctor, and resolve never to renounce my wicked ways, for surely this time I will suffer no comeuppance. Alright, well, let's go give him his comeuppance. No, not you, not now. Bah, I must away. Okay, yeah, I think I killed this guy. Oh, and he stole the inspector's body. Well, wait, Dr. Lugai, my payment. Wake up, Inspector! Yeah, that's how you do it. Could it be? The world's no longer purple. Genuinely thought she was just going to knock him straight back out again and he was going to carry on being unconscious for a bit longer. Ah. Stop moving, damn you! You're supposed to be the comatose centerpiece of my glorious revenge. Mommy! So Hildibrand can breathe in space, that's confirmed, I guess. Not again! Okay, maybe he didn't quite go all the way to space this time. Of course he can't take his Hildibrand. I mean, they wouldn't put it past him. Hildibrand. My favourite thing about Hildibrand is that his animation, like all his facial animations that they do with him, where they like really like exaggerate his mouth and stuff. It just looks like someone animating something in Gmod, like those goddamn skibbity toilet things, where they just like pull the mouth parts to all sort of weird angles to make them talk. This was written on those calamari damashi mushrooms. I say, that was a rather dramatic series of events to awaken to, but more importantly, after a brief detour, I find myself in my own world once more. My most sincere apologies for causing you such trouble, my loyal assistants, but rejoice, for Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. This is... Wait, hang on. Who was that Lalafell that just got abducted as well? There he goes. It's the FF8 UFO. Oh, is this a Final Fantasy 8 reference, is it? Well, I guess that guy wasn't crazy. Wait, Inspector! I knew it. An alien abduction. And to think I would have the chance to witness one with my own eyes. This month's issue of the Thavnarian Truth shall be the best one yet. Just when I thought we finally had the Inspector back, off he went, and then came back, and then floated off again. I guess we'll head to the moon. I know it's not the first time he's taken to the skies without warning, but still, it's always a little disappointing. Still, it's no use crying over flying inspectors. Let's return to Radzahan. Nashu knows how to roll with the punches. She's just like, no, this is pretty par for the course with Inspector. I'm not going to worry too much. Oh, Inspector, why have you left me again? Where have you gone? No, this won't do. Get it together, Nashu. There's a case to be solved. Just you wait, Inspector. Your loyal, insistent Nashu will solve the mystery of your disappearance again. And don't you worry, Jack. As soon as I have a new leader, you'll be the first to know. Till next time. Meanwhile... the most dramatic lighting that I think I've ever seen a Final Fantasy XIV character have. Well, Hildibrand's made a new friend. If reading the cult magazine FF8, it alludes to UFO sightings. Random encounters around the map. Do them and you get the Aegis amulet. Do it right and you get Poo-Poo's Triad card. Oh, and that's Poo-Poo. Ah, so this is all a Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, dashing debonair, pure gentleman's flair, our agent of inquiry, Hildibrand Mandeville. Truth and the justice never go out of style. See you, Inspector. These used to be a next time on Hildibrand segment where they would kind of give you like a little teaser of what's coming up, and now they're just like closing credits. I think because they kept changing their mind, because they kept doing next time stuff that just never happened. It's sort of similar things happened, but it was always wrong. I couldn't imagine doing one of these Hildibrand quests like as the patches come out. Every 4 or 5 months or however long it takes for each patch to come out. They got to be done in one go. Jack, I have a new lead, and just as promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details, though, I should give you back your soul container. I gave it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the Inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering spiritual odours. Thanks. There. Now you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts like, when is Nashu going to give me back my soul container? Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the Inspector. It even had a little diagram of a man swimming in mid-air. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim had been taken to the moon. Why does this sound like the kind of rubbish the Thavnarian Truth publishes? That's because it is. You remember Dorian, the editor in briefs? He was the one who wrote it. and he plans on doing research for the next edition of the moon on the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that will take you straight there. Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have already been to the moon already. Know it like the back of your hand, I bet. Yeah, I thought so. It would be nice to have an expert guide up there to help you search for clues. What say you? We shouldn't be so quick to trust the nonsensical ramblings of a man who sees aliens in every shadow. No, we should. To the moon, Nashu! Right, I'll start packing my bags. I don't know what the weather's like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly the last time I was there. When was she last in Garlemald? She has an intriguing past that we know nothing about. Well, cool. Yeah, I didn't know this. I wouldn't have known that was an FF8. This whole thing was an FF8 reference. So good to know. I like that Nashu's like, I remember it being colder than I remembered, and it's just wearing the exact same clothes that she normally wears. Oh, it's much colder than I remembered. I sure hope this lunar gate is close. Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? Oh, we definitely shouldn't get lost on the way there. Let's get moving. Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult to spot. Where is she? She's just the other... Yeah, she is. Okay, monkey time. Maybe a bit of triad card out of this. There is a trial. I do know there are rewards for doing these quests. There is a card, but I don't think it's poo-poos, unfortunately. But you'll be pleased to hear there's something better you get, which I think you'll be happy with. Which I should get today, I think. I'm thinking if these are like an hour long, yeah, about an hour long each, I should be able to get through at least like the first 6 to 8. We'll see how. And then I might just have to do the last 2 Hildibrand quests next week. We'll see. We'll see. So this thing will send us up to the moon, just like that. Courage, Nashu. I like how in the main Endwalker story we had to go through this whole thing in order to convince them to let us turn the tower on. And Nashu's just like, let's just sneak in and turn it on. The world is in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the... Oh, no, it's probably the Thavnarian Truth guy. The world is in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth. As I explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Ah, you're with them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. What blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh, look, it's Dorian, the editor in briefs. That's Delion, editor-in-chief. Thank you very much. And you were friends of the abducted, I believe. Jack, greetings. Are you acquainted with this man by any chance? He exposited in my direction about. No, nor am I affiliated with him in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't think so. He doesn't seem the kind of company a hero like you would keep. You don't know anything about me then. But Jack, aren't you forgetting that whole conversation we had with Dorian back at Radzahan? Jack, as in Jack Dandy, Slayer of Gods, Saviour of Ishgard, Liberator of the Provinces, Stealer of Pants. I don't know how I got that last title, but I assume it's accurate. How did I fail to recognise such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this fact-strangling... Yes, checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. Jim Oriental can't walk out like, no, he upsets my children. The Loperate, yes. And you believe he was taken to the moon? That certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I will grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nether Gate. Can I like say no, don't? Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the fates about as much as I trust that obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there. I mean, no, I was gonna say Oriantra should be. He's not on the moon at the moment. Oh, the moon is just as white and shiny up close. Not made of cheese, and no sign of Inspector Hildibrand either. So we've already arrived. The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there, the aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans. Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. I know for definite that he doesn't, but okay, fine. We'll go talk to Hildibrand. Aliens. Honest to God, aliens. I never expected them to be so tall, or so small and bunny-like. Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea. That voice, speaking inside my head. I don't know the words, but their meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me? You alright there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? And this one speaks our tongue fluently. Learned it from your Charlian collaborators, I'll wager. Don't think you'll fool me with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears. I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men. Don't know why I had trouble with that word. Well, we're Jace's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such odd ideas into your companion's head. Would you mind setting him straight for me? The Loperates aren't aliens. Yeah, Loperates are not alien invaders, although their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. This is true. Loperates are allies of mankind. Misguided attempts to make us live off carrots alone notwithstanding. I don't think either of these options really help. Jack, do you smell burning toast? Look, beguile. Problem is because I want to say it guile, but then it's beguile. I don't actually. Is it beguile? Beguile? It's just a word that my brain can't process, but it's just beguile, I guess. Yeah. Yes, they are known to commit shenanigans. They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard the rumours about the disbanded Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret, that it may pull our leader's strings from the shadows. Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Jack or this lovely bunny any longer. You'd better not libel them either. I actually came in search of Inspector Hildibrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, would you? I'm afraid I have seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the Loperates may have observed this man or his abductor. Oh, I feel I would have remembered if I had. The others might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to Best Ways Burrows and you can ask them about it yourself? That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way. If nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend here. I don't think it will. Considering, I mean, yeah, it's just going to, if anything, make things worse. You'd think he would have brought a camera with him, you know, for proof. I'm pretty sure cameras are a thing that exists. Well, I guess actually no. I guess we've not got no photographs. We've just got paintings of everything. He should have brought a portrait artist. I don't know. It is guile. Yeah, beguile. Yeah, I don't know why. My brain wants to say beguile, and I know that's not the word. So many bunnies! If they could build a forward base on this scale, what hope does mankind have against them? Oh, for the love of carrots, this is not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault craft? We haven't any weaponry at all. I mean, you do have robots. Take your time and chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things to do. Bye now. Right then, let's get on with the investigation. Cool. I have them following me again. Oh, they even have an aetherite here. Yeah, they do. So I shocked them. An aetherite. A convenient tool with meeting with their Charlie and co-conspirators, no doubt. Oh, I'll tell you, aetherites were an Allegan invention, but it was really just one of the many alien technological secrets received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link pearls too. Be careful what you say on those private calls. The Charlians are always listening. I mean, there is a chance that he is correct about that, but you know, it should be fine. Building weapons to take up valuable space need to grow carrots, right? But he'll probably find the carrots themselves, like the abundance of carrots themselves, suspicious. Oh, I often stretch my legs out there under the stars, but can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary, sorry. Not to worry, we'll try a look elsewhere, thank you. Furry-faced liars, the lot of them. They're already hiding an entire fleet of alien attack craft. I don't think they've got a single spaceship, actually. They've got robots to help them, like, defend the place and to help plant stuff. I think that's about it. Cool, that's a big fan. They must get hot in here. Propulsion engine, of course. This is no mere moon. You know the satellite upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body, right? It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. They were in contact with aliens even back then, but the purpose of their ambitious construction has eluded us. Until now. It's obvious that the moon is a colossal starfaring vessel. I mean, that is true. I never noticed the fan down here before. Never thought to look down. But, I mean, he is right. So it's a fun thing, he is stumbling upon, like, several truths, but they're, you know, caked in a layer of bullshit, which makes it difficult to believe. Oh, ever since we built the Excitotron 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend in a bit more detail? Oh, he's very gentlemanly and dapper, if you look past the almost certainly tattered state of his clothing. Now their fashion sense can be a bit eclectic. Our visiting adventurers are always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I have a feeling your friend would have stood out in that crowd. He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even as we speak, enduring unspeakable experiments. From what I've pieced together so far, the giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xeno bunnies are artificial life forms created to serve his minions in his armies. Their harmless appearance is part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap! They take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves. Dorian has some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. No. No, it doesn't. You are correct, Dashu. I don't know why they made. I mean, I get. I mean, they you know, for lore reasons, I understand why this place is as big as it is. But considering there's nothing in it, I wish they made this place a bit smaller. No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. It was while I was out gathering materials in the south of Mare Lamentorum. I presumed it was just some Allegan relic or new species of floating jellyfish. I didn't think too much of it. Cool, now that sounds promising. Thank you for your time. What's this then? A pod for growing new xenobunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. How could they have been so blind? Those aren't ears, they're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces, and then bam! Brainwashed. I figured it all out, alien scum. And once the world reads my special edition, your dreams of domination will be done for. Ha! Oh, strange, an oddly aggravating man. Is he a friend of yours too? He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think any people are his friends. Right, let's get out there and find that flying object. Do you know which direction is south? Nashi with the casual but devastating burn. Wait, I'm coming with you. Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing xenobunnies. I guess it'd be xenobunnies rather than xeno, because I'm thinking like xenomorphs. What's it, xenomorphs? It's xenomorphs, isn't it, in Aliens, right? It's not xenomorphs. Let's go to... I'm just trying to think... Oh, well, I'm going towards something. I'm just trying to think, there's like... Is it Xenoblade Chronicles or Xenoblade Chronicles? It might just be one of those things where it doesn't matter. You know, like vase and vase. Or tomato and tomato. Something majestic. Flying through across the surface of the moon with a giant monkey. So that up there is a like Allegan spacecraft that crashed on the moon, I think, that like years ago, and there's like a load of robots, like damaged robots. I found that whilst I was finding all the ether currents on the moon. To unlock flying. I haven't had a mission that's gone anywhere near it yet to explain what it actually is. I'm sure there's a mission somewhere, but I haven't had it yet. Search for the flying object. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect and inspect with X. Graceful, so graceful, until he poops. And he just floats off into the sky. He's Nashu's talking to Argos. Nashu was romping around with Argos, already forgetting why she was out here. Sounds about alright. Can I inspect Argos as well? No. Oh, I can't inspect the space cactar. I think that's what those things, those big long floppy things are. They look like Olympic mascots. Dealing is searching high and low for any sign of alien vessels, like a true professional. Oh. I mean, I did click on that, but... I'm gonna wait for it to go back around again. Oh, there it is. And there it goes. Come on, we can't let it get away. We did it, Jack. We found the inspector. Case closed. Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically implausible fate. Oh no. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildibrands? I mean, it's fine so long as only one of them does that, but if all the rest of them do that, we've got a problem. Well, well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, wherever here happens to be. Oh, okay, more of them are sprouting. My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. Hildibrand Garden. Jack's found his home. I like Hildibrand. I think the warrior of light tolerates Hildibrand. Same can be said of you, my good man. Don't get me wrong though, if they did a series of garden ornaments, even though I don't have a garden to put them in, I would buy all of them if I could just get a series of Hildibrand garden ornaments that were just different poses of his legs. If this is an Okay. Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club? If I may be so bold as to join you. I don't know what extemporaneous means, but you know, that's the word he just said. What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where did they all come from? They could be the Hildibrand clones grown in an alien laboratory's flesh vats. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real inspector. Is it with a bomb? Try to 3D print it. Yeah, it's with a bomb. They're all instinctively afraid of them, as normal. Cease and desist, Nashu. Use your powers of deduction, not destruction. Oh, they're all so authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference. Better 3D printer to make sure you had a whole set of toy-sized Hildibrand legs for work. Become the envy of your bosses. That would be a great... that would be some great merchandise. Again, if they bought... Yeah. I'd love to get a 3D printer one day. I don't know where I'd put it. Maybe I get one of those little small desktop ones. But, because yeah, I'd just be printing off all sorts of shit like that. No, blow them up. Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that'd be me, good sir. How odd. I think you'll find that I am the original Hildibrand. Oh, I am more than certain that I am Hildibrand. As am I. Could it be that we are all Hildibrand? How positively marvelous. I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Mandible men can. They're going to dance. Yeah. What manner of waking nightmare is this? Warrior of Light is just throws his hands and walks off. Nope. No, the Warrior of Light's just like, yeah, no, this is honestly, this is pretty standard. These are really good clones. I don't know what dance Nashu's doing. best, damn it. She's doing her best. Oh. Well, let's hope that's the original. Otherwise, Poo Poo just evaporated the rest of them. But yes, no, she's doing her best, and we love her for it. I just don't know what dance that is. Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the inimitable Hildibrand Hilidor Maximilian Mandeville. And this diminutive blue chap here is my new associate, Master Poo Poo. By the way, in one of the other Hildibrand quests, you befriend Vivi. Not necessarily the Final Fantasy IX Vivi, but it is essentially Final Fantasy IX Vivi. Basically in the same way that this isn't the Final Fantasy VIII Poo Poo, but it is the Final Fantasy VIII Poo Poo. Another alien species. Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star. And what we stumbled upon was a field test. Now, I do not believe we had the pleasure, my excitable fellow, but I promise you that the amicable Master Poo Poo has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then, what's this all about? Are you telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Oh, we're echoing again. Hildibrand's triggering a lot of my echo today. Oh ho ho, what a charming little rascal you are. An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance. Poo-poo, poo-poo-poo-poo, poo-poo, poo-poo-poo-poo-poo. Poo-poo? Poo-poo? Ah, I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Poo Poo. Might I inquire as to our current whereabouts? I had recently reunited with Nashu and Jack, and would greatly appreciate if you could convey me back to my prior location. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now, this is not what I had in mind. My word, you've generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen. Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandevillian magnificence. And could you perchance reverse the process? I love that he's doing the Luswa smile. Oh no, one of the Hildebrands escaped. Oh god, no, not like that. Mommy! Thus, I've concluded that Master Poo-Poo has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while surely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here and have him clean up our Mandeville multiplicity incident. Poo-Poo, I hail Poo-Poo-Poo from a star, Poo-Poo, a great distance from here. Poo-Poo, I came in search of a friend whose communications halted mid-exploration. Oh, this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination. Your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. I swear to you, here and now, I shall scour all of creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek. Chris, I really took a number on your ability to speak. It's just a lot of dialogue. There's no voice acting in this one, so I have to do all of it. And, you know, Hildibrand speaks funny. I thought the alien was just going to be saying poo 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 as well, but I forget that I can understand creatures with my echo. Tell me, Jack, how is it you're able to understand Master Poo Poo's language? Power of echoes. Ah, you mean persistent repetition. It sounds similar to the Mandeville art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? How fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I am glad indeed to once more be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both. Brain magic is basically what the echo is, yeah. So begins the case of the silent correspondent. Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending me messages. There's not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating these issues of aliens. Recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find. I mean, again, I know like half a dozen aliens. And you don't know Inspector Hildibrand. He'll solve this case as he's solved countless others, with unerring perception and panache. Although I suppose, if thinking about it, the dragons, although they're from space, most of the dragons I know were hatched were terrestrial. So I guess they were, you know, born here, but their parents were from space. Ahaha! Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith. Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector. You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery. Another fascinating development. Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over. Thought you'd like to know that I spotted that chap you were asking about, you know? The well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth. You mean this gentleman? We found him too. Oh, that can't be right. I just saw him in the north of Mayor Lamentorium and he ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, what you saw was an imposter. Jack, would you mind asking Mr. Poop if he was growing any more inspectors on the moon? Will you grind any more inspectors on the moon? Poo-poo, I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behavior was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid. You know, one reborn using the eyeball of her brother, making him than her daddy brother, like some sort of scaly Alabama. It's more like he transplanted an organ to a relative. Like, I don't think if you give like your sister your kidney, they say it suddenly becomes become their dad. I think it's okay, but they're still terrestrial. They were both still born on Etheris, or whatever the planet's called now. Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Mandeville name. Yeah, we've already got one. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done? Poo-Poo, the imperfect clone was of my making. It's only right that I redress my mistake first. So begins the case of the imposter inspector. Oh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector. It's weird, like, this laconic Loperit. Normally they don't give characters names if they're not important characters. So it's weird that this laconic Loperit doesn't have a proper name, considering how, like, involved they are in this quest. Like, they could have called them in, you know, Nosing Way or something, I don't know. Look at how nosy they are. Yeah, I guess Midgard's Armor is the only one that was from space. And I don't know what Midgard's Armor is dead at the moment. I mean, I know where his corpse is. And I guess all the aliens I know in Ultima Fuel aren't actually there. They're just like memories of aliens. I guess I don't know that many aliens then, as it turns out. I spy with my little eye, no dashingly defective gentleman. You can't have made it far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon, that kind of thing. And then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Jack, and I will investigate to the west. Right, I'll take these other two and head east. Splitting the party again, and you're leaving me with the aliens? Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat and I can disabuse you of all those strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friend here. I like that we sent Poo-Poo with the two that can't talk to him. I mean, I'm the only one who can talk to him, but let us be on our way then, with Jack in the van, if you please. Yeah, now Hildibrand's following me. Oh. Best quest. Let's go and have a chat. I don't think... Because the Asians are all from this planet as well. I guess they built people that went to space and spoke to and, you know, met with other aliens. The shards aren't really aliens. Behold this sublime vista. It is as if the moon herself breathed beneath our feet. Oh, look down there. They have their very own hot spring. My dear Nashu, what you're observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of ceruleum. With such a rich resource to hand, it is no wonder they can afford these palatial residences. Oh, I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak. That's not ceruleum. I don't think it's ceruleum. It's the wrong colour. Oh, look down there, they have their own hot spring. Okay, so it's the same. I was about to get my monkey, but I don't know if they can follow me if I'm on the monkey. I think they can. Hammer-struck thinker. Oh, I guess I guess Hildibrand does have hammers with him. Yeah, it's goldsmithing hammers. The goldsmithing hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass and appears to endow a single swift killing blow. Cool, the bugs grow big up here, don't they? This hammer, surely it cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see here. Oh no, that's not Hildibrand's hammer, that's Godbert's hammer. Okay. Hildibrand's dad's here. Right, we are going to have to monkey up. I think they'll... If I unmonkey, they'll reappear. Yeah, there we go. What a dazzling display of stars. Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly. Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think? Nasha, you know that we're on the moon. What? Like, I can understand Hildibrand being confused. You know, we came here it specifically. Yeah, and I think Godbert might be on the moon as well. Another goldsmithing hammer, another killing blow that bespeaks unparalleled strength. Oh, that looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though. Cannot be here. Why would he be here? That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It does look awfully familiar. And yet, completely unrelated to our case. Moving on, people, moving on. Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting Godbert again. Mostly because every time Godbert appears in the Hildibrand quest, he normally does a wrestling move on Hildibrand to say hello. So I'm expecting similar. I think he pile-drived him. I think he's done a suplex. I can't remember what other things he's done to him. A set of gentlemanly tracks leads to the northwest. Aha! In the sand, in the snow, or in half ilm of moon dust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. They're a perfect copy of mine. Our fugitive imposter must be just up ahead. Okay, no, he does know he's on the moon. They're both just idiots, and they don't understand how the moon works. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close. Very close. No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see. That's clever. Mr. Poo-Poo can scout for us from the air. Aha! I found me. Why? Why did I flee? Oh, he seems sad, downcast, very uninspector-like. A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Mandeville man. Yeah, Hildibrand's too stupid to be sad. Yeah! I'm looking forward to the explanation for how Godbert got up here, because it could very well be the case that he just jumped. Praise thou for this patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. That normally works. I don't understand. Abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself. My pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe. He's like, this has never happened, but my fatherly love denied? Unthinkable, unless that is not my son. Oh, there he is. It's like, yes, that is my son. Every single goddamn time, he's the best. For the record, Godbert is, for no reason other than because it's funny, one of the strongest people alive. But he's like a crafter. Like, he doesn't need to be as strong as he is. It's just because it's funny. Survived. I'll not turn tail and run this time, no sir. Hildibrand to the rescue! Yeah, I don't quite know what you expected to happen there, but, you know. Round and round as fast as I can't slow down, I'm a Mandeville man! Mandeville dance to the ephemeral twins! Oh, well, Poo-Poo's lost his ship. Yeah. Oh, you can learn this dance. Okay, great. Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real. And that was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Ethereus. I almost forgot it was still there. So those Loporits have just been inside the mouth of that statue? Carving? I don't know what you call it. Just waiting, completely unaware that, you know, humanity isn't abandoning Ethereus anymore. It's oh, Greg's chicken. Oh god, I can't remember the name of his chicken. He's the green chicken. He has an actual friend, which I guess is the guy whoever the thing that showed with Hildibrand with Gilgamesh, and I think he lost it, so he dyed a chicken green and carried it with him. But I can't remember what it was called. He's not called Basil. So like in this actual like Final Fantasy character. Hang on, this is gonna bother me. Greg's chicken. No, I just got Greg. Hang on, Greg's chicken. Final Fantasy 14. I just got Greg's. Enkidu. That's it. Yeah, Greg is friends with Enkidu, but he'd lost him, and so he dyed a chicken green and carries it around with him. And he turned it into a primal at one point by mistake. Barrage appears to have stopped, but just look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know. He's like, right, I'm done here. This is silly. Oh-ho. That should be more oh-ho. Accepted his fate quite gracefully. Hildibrand Helidor Maximil Mandeville, how glad am I to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my side, and to Jack, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master Poo-Poo, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. There is aught I can do to help effect repairs. You have only to ask. Poo-Poo, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage. Yeah, he says it's fine. Don't worry about it. It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Ahem. Might I have a word, Jack? I had actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back at Radzat Han, and I will explain the role I wish you to play. Yes, I think it best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Poo-Poo's friend from up here unless someone pickpacked an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No. Then home it is. For years I've chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Yes, yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. It's a very silly quest. I'm sorry I broke your car with my son's head. And we never got an explanation for how Godbert got to the moon. Again, unless he says otherwise, I'm just going to assume that he jumped. Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Well, we've no time for further familial pleasantries. Nasher and I must devote all our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice awaits for no man, not even one who is little and blue. Wait, Inspector. Inspector, wait. I guess it doesn't really matter which way around I say that. Can't justice make an exception for me? His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Jack, forgive me. I seem to have been labouring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xeno Bunnies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. But he is. We know who of I speak. The devious Master Pulpo and his diabolical devices devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plan, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth. Jack, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family of legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived. A precious heirloom passed down through generations of Mandevilles. Aren't your hammers built for hammering gold? It is true that as a goldsmith I've had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now, you may very well ask? Then I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here, in Ratzatan, to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all, saved far too few in fact. The memory of it haunted me day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on in the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Mandeville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize that I had both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest Mandirium ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, and all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found on Heidelin, I set my sight. Oh yeah, I forgot. Apparently some people call the planet Heidelin, which isn't a thing that I don't remember people doing. But because maybe they did, and I just assumed they were talking about Heidelin. None was to be found on Heidelin. I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. Now I say at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I'm to collect the rest in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring or aiding my dear son in his expecting, drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of a Mandeville weapon forthwith. That guy's just here, I guess, to introduce him. Godbert and Hildibrand talking away they make Estinian and Uriachi go, dude, English. I like how they talk, they're fun. Meanwhile... But it does make for a bit of a tongue twister sometimes when you're reading very lengthy lines of dialogue. Oh... So this is... They've used this model before whenever they want to have like a mysterious figure, mysterious shadowy figure doing something. I'm pretty sure it's always turned out to be a person. It is just a stand-in for a person, so you don't know who the person is. and not that it's just a shadowy person who looks like that. I mean, sound the alarm, a prisoner is escaping. Surely it's just gonna be, what's his chops? Cooper Chabra. I don't know why Nashu, or in these like posts, these like credit sequences, Nashu always wears her gentlemanly clothes. She never wears them normally. I don't know why. I was like, our beloved son, he's second to none. Our agent of inquiry, Hildibrand Mandeville. Definitely not an alien clone. Aww. Even though he's dead, the sad clone is still sad. Oh. So I assumed... Yes, I mean, that continues the quest. What does this do? Please note that upon completing the quest, make it a Mandeville. You will receive a Mandeville weapon for a Red Mage. Please ensure that you have changed your desired job before speaking with the House Mandeville Man 7. I mean, I do want to do this quest, because I do want to get a Mandeville weapon, but... I mean, this is a short quest, but I mean, I guess I could do, this does look like a short quest. I guess just do it real quick just to get the Mandeville weapon. I don't know. To take quests as a Red Mage. Yeah. Master Dandy, how wonderful to finally speak with you. Your cooperation in Lord Mandeville's weaponsmithing endeavour is highly appreciated. Regarding said endeavour, we've borrowed a corner of the High Crucible in which to base our crafting station. If you'd be so kind as to follow me. Okay, it sounds like I just need to, like, get a couple of pieces of material. Oh, I could probably transfer it fast travel. I think you just get a couple of pieces of material and deliver them, and then, boom, you've got a relic weapon. A humble base of operations. You would no doubt be coming back and forth many times in the days ahead, so I strongly suggest that you attune to the city Ethernet, if you've not done so already. Otherwise, I trust you are set to proceed. One moment whilst I inform Lord Mandeville of your arrival. Oh, welcome, Jack. Welcome. With your stalwart assistance added into the mix, I have every confidence this adventure in forging will be a complete success. And so let us begin, with a detailed exposition of the history of Mandeville weaponry. First of all, when I say Mandeville weaponry, what I refer to is the series of masterpieces crafted by the legendary artisan Hildibrand Mandeville, the first lord of House Mandeville. Made with mystical mandirium, these perfectly peerless armaments are perhaps our most prized treasures, or at least they were, until someone misplaced them. Terrible housekeeping, that. Fortunately, the time-worn manual in which Hildibrand penned his secrets is both intact and still within our possession. Thus, with that precious family heirloom in hand and a ready supply of purest ore, I intend to recreate what was lost. The work, however, cannot proceed without a few more key ingredients. I should like to call upon you to procure said materials, as well as provide a seasoned adventurer's perspective on the fruits of our labour. Excellent. I knew I could count on you. As a goldsmith, crafting weaponry is akin to venturing into unknown territory, and I would place my trust only in the most proficient guides. Speaking of which, may I introduce one of the very best in the business. Come on over, my friend. Oh, bloody hells. I had a feeling you were the adventurer his lordship mentioned was out and out. Like a fly on shite when you catch whiff of shiny new weapons, ain't ya? Come on, this will be fun. I don't know who this is, but, you know, I'm sure... apparently I've met him before. Oh, I like a barrel full of plague-ridden pices. Look at this gill-addled dandy I'm forced to hammer for. I'd rather drag me stones across hot coals than forge yet another rich old bastard's trinkets. Yeah, well, I'm the gill... what's the opposite of big addled? Less dandy? So do it. Is that the way of it, then? I contacted Rowena, hoping to employ the talents of Eorzea's finest smith. As you clearly have no interest in providing me with your services, I shall hire another artisan. We can push this talk of stones and coal. We can put this talk of stones and coals behind us. Wait. You got me all wrong, your lordship. That's just a bit of smitty humour to lighten the mood. I'd be honoured to work on your Mandiva weapon. Yeah, so here's the thing. I already spent the coin this job will bring me on some right fancy bottles of Thavnarian liquor. I can't afford not to do it. So that means we're back in business, yes? Marvellous. Oh, it's bloody splendid it is. Your crew is all present and accounted for, so get to smithing. There is naught I'd like to do more. Presently, however, there are 3 conundrums which stand between us and making any Mandeville armament a reality. The first of these is the devising of a method for working with the Mandirium. What I've been able to decipher from the manual, the process is quite demanding. Demandeville. Just leave that to old Garo. I've yet to meet a metal I can't beat into shape. Oh, and I shall cede that chore to your artisanal ingenuity. The second is the crafting of ornamentation, which will amplify the weapon's etheric intensity. If it's a sturdy blade you need, then I'm your man. The fiddly bits of decoration are not in me smithing wheelhouse. Then 'tis fortunate that fiddling with bits is most assuredly in mine. Though it should no doubt be a challenge, creating suitably exquisite adornments is a task well suited to me and my goldsmithing hammer. As for the third and final problem, wanting for resolution, we require a vial of Exala Mandeville. If one has access to an industrial-sized alchemical furnace, it should be possible to extract this superlative material oil from Mandirian-rich meteorites. Assuming I've understood what I've heard of the process, this Exalamandra oil is key to maximizing ethereal conductivity. And thanks to the good graces of the High Crucible, we have the extraction apparatus we require right here. All that remains is to collect 3 or so goodly chunks of Mandirian meteorite. This will be your charge, Jack. Right, now see about preparing materials for my share of the workload. Alright, I'll start stoking the flames. Sounds like we need them nice and on. Right, so I just need to find 3 pieces of meteorite ore from somewhere. And then I can get my weapon, I think. Oh, Rowena asked me to tell you something. Seems like one of her lackeys has the also bloody conveniently set up shop over by the Aetherite and just might have the meteorite chunks we need. Lass by the name of Jabruna, I think it was. Could save you some searching, but she has sure as shite in giving out skyrocks for free. Mandible weapons, a saga of hammers and heroes. I love the oh yeah, there we go. I think that's one of the Mandible weapons that he's got there. These are like the big, shiny, fancy weapons that... I mean, this is like endgame weapon stuff from this... Yeah, from this content. You must be the famous Jack. Mistress Rowena said to expect you and to assist you with any procurement requests. Mandaria meteorite. Oh yes, we happen to have cornered the market on that particular asset. Only and many of them fall from the sky, you see, and collectors offer top gil for such rarities. In your case, however, I've been instructed to request payment in an alternative currency. Say it with me now. Allagan Tome Stones. Oh, I might not actually be able to get this. Going rate is 500 Allagan Tome Stones of causality for one chunk of Mandaria meteorite. I'll be here whenever you're ready to make the trade. Yeah, I actually am not getting a fancy... I'm actually not getting a fancy meat rapier because I don't have enough... yeah, I don't have enough material, and it's not something I can get easily. So I knew that you needed 1500 to max it out. Oh no, I think you might need 3000 to max it out. Maybe it's 1500 to get it, and then 500 for each upgrade. Okay, yeah, probably not something I'm getting today. When Dawn Trail comes out, it should all convert to Poetics, in which case I will have... still not enough, but I'll have 1100 Poetics, which will be enough to get me most of the way there. Okay, well, alright, that was a waste of time. But, you know, good. We've got that quest kind of in tow. Let's carry on with the Mandeville stuff. Jack, what's suspicious your auspicious timing? I was just thinking of you and suddenly you appear. As I'm sure you recall, Master Poo-Poo claimed his purpose in coming to our world was to search for a missing comrade, which is, of course, merely a cover for his true objective, laying the groundwork for a full-scale invasion. But I understand the skeptical masses will demand proof of this sinister operation, thus did I decide to bide my time, keep my eyes open, and let things play out. And no sooner had I resolved to do so, when I received word concerning the Inspector. It seems they've made progress in tracking down our alien's friend's friend. This could be my chance. And I say my chance, but I can hardly stand against this cosmic conspiracy alone. You are coming, yes? The truth will out, or something truth adjacent at the very least. Then let us be on our way. They were headed to Palakistan, and we don't want to miss even the smallest development. Let's have a quick look. Mandeville Rapier. Oh, they need 3. That gives you 3 and that gives you 1. Oh, that's to make it for... I see, that's if I want to make... another one. So you need 1500 for each weapon. Then how do you upgrade them? Well oiled. So to make them amazing, I need chunks of contemporary chondrite, which are for 500 as well. Okay, so it's 3000. Damn, that's expensive. That is expensive. But I guess they are post-game weapons, so... I might be able to just scrape enough together to get the, the regular version. Although, it's item level 615, and my weapon at the moment is item level... 640. Magic damage 127. Is actually better than... what I've got, or do I need the upgraded version? It must be, right? Surely for that price. 125. 143. Okay, so even if I get it, it's only a level 630 weapon. Item level 630. And the damage is worse. Oh, I can upgrade it again. To a majestic... So this is the amazing Mandible Rapier. I can upgrade it to a majestic Mandible Rapier. I guess. Oh no, a majestic Mandible Degen. And that's a 645. Okay, so that then becomes... Oh, man. That's expensive. So I need 4,500 in total. And until I get that, it's not better than the weapon I've got. Yeah, okay, that's probably not going to happen. That's probably not going to happen. But, you know, it's good. We've got the option sat there if ever I decide to go for it, I guess. My loyal associates, come to admire the spectacle of inspection, have you? As well you should. Master Poo-Poo, Jack has come to help. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. You are too kind. You speaking our language now? No echo or universal translator. What's it's required? There was no great chore to master your tongue. The grammar and syntax is relatively simplistic. Such a terrifying intellect. What hope do we have to prevail against it? Oh, you can see the guy, the cheese spelling guy who's been stalking Nashua in the background. Ahem. So how did you narrow down the search to this particular area exactly? Why, my tried and true inspector sense, my dear fellow. All the perceptible and imperceptible signs pointed me in this direction, although they did neglect to include a precise location. For that, we must rely on another tried and true inspecting technique. Interrogation. Spread out, everyone, and question the locals and any poo-poo shaped sightings. Oh, okay, they were less subtle about hiding him. Actually, he just runs along in like mid cutscene. I might need a mender. Actually, I died a couple. Yeah, I did die a couple of times last time. Thank you. Oh yes, I spotted just such an odd little creature in the jungle on my way back from the city market. Only it wasn't alone. It was in the company of a rather unusual gentleman. Sickly pale he was, and radiating an unpleasant smell. I felt obliged to keep my distance. Sickly and pale and radiating an unpleasant smell. That could be a number of people I know. Mention it, I did see something like that in the west of the Shroud. I'm mistaking it for a small child, if not for the way it moved. Sort of a furtive scamper. Creepy. Wait, in the Shroud? That's ages away from here, isn't it? And this is an area called the Shroud here. You have a hand somewhere. Wait, no, that's... Who are you? Okay, I guess he's just a side quest. Jack, have your investigations borne fruit? Mine own carefully crafted queries place an individual of Master Poo-Poo's proportions in the south of the Shroud. To the west, your sources say. I asked around and there have been a few sightings in the jungle, somewhere to the north. have sightings to the north, south, and west, and that must mean Master Poo-Poo has more friends here than he realized. I'm not that gregarious. I have precisely one friend on this world. Could it be doppelgangers? No, too simple, too obvious. It's more likely the same alien wandering the jungle, being spotted in different locations by different eyewitnesses. Which just means we need to... Ugh, I can't believe I'm suggesting this. Split up and search the whole area. The fair proposition. Very well then. Oh ho, we'll be launching a search party. Father, have you been following me? Nothing of the sort. I was engaging in feats of physicality while my mind grappled with the mysteries of Mandevillian weapon forging, hoping to turn perspiration into inspiration, as it were. But I'm afraid the burning fields, wooden men, and are poor muses when compared to the stimulus a worthy opponent provides. Mayhap if I join you and the indomitable Jack in your endeavour, then happenstance will deliver the challenge I require. You are continuing the case of the silent correspondent, yes? Have you need of an extra pair of eyes? As many as you can spare. I was about to assign teams to the search, as a matter of fact. This village sits in the Shroud's east, so let us divvy up the remaining directions, shall we? Nash, you and I will head south. And Jack and Master Poo-Poo to the west, if you please. DeLorean, you and my father have the north. It's Delion. Also, Humph. Also, the Shroud of Samga is awfully big. How are we to keep in contact, much less coordinate our efforts? I had special link pearls made for just such an occasion. We can chatter in each other's ears as much as we like. Are you mad? The Shardians were listening to everything we're saying. Really? All the way out here? I shouldn't think their hearing is that good. But seeing as you mislike link pearls so much, Lord Godblur can hold the one for your team. Link pearls. What tremendous foresight. Now let us proceed with our investigation. I'm with Poo-Poo. Your inspector wishes us to search the west of the jungle, yes? I will follow your lead. Oh yeah. I get all sorts of friends following me today. And I love that Poo-Poo sort of runs at the same speed as my little Hildibrand minion. A river flowing right at our feet. Many stars have I visited in the cosmos, but precious few have such a bounty of water as this one. Your home is a rare treasure. We do have a lot of water. You can't deny that. Too much, some would say. You know, like people drowning. You know, if they could talk with all the water in their lungs. I see no trace of my comrade. But what are these black-furred beings? Are they friends of yours, fellow people of Etheris? They are monkeys. Those are a type of Sasquatch, by which I mean no. But I have one I can ride. There is a greater variety of species here than I anticipated. I shall have to collect more samples. Let's keep moving. I mean, how many different species of animal do you have on your planet, Poo-Poo? Or there's just lots of Poo-Poos? Which begs the question, what do you eat? The rock formations on this island remind me of my home star. They have the same vibrant hues, the same stark beauty. If only... but never mind that, we have a friend to find. Is your star in danger, Poo-Poo? I've got form with this sort of thing. I can help you out. Oh, I've got to beat this thing up. sign of my friend here either. But these white-furred individuals, they're surely one of your civilized races, yes? Also not people. Mind the poop throwing. I find it difficult to tell the difference. One semi-intelligent life form is much the same as another. Oh, never mind. Moving on. We'll take that to mean that, I guess, poo-poo people maybe throw their poop at each other, and he's just like, well, this is just normal, sentient behaviour. Nothing. Not even a little burnt circle in the grass. The friend I'm looking for, we grew up together. We were always together. We even shared the same dream, to roam the great expanse of the cosmos. We worked hard and supported one another until we both had starships of our very own. Then the universe was ours to explore. How fleeting that feeling of triumph. Ah, but that is another tale entirely. I simply wish to express how dear this friend is to me. Hello, is this thing on? This is Dashu. We think we may have found Poo-Poo's friend. Come to Perusa as quickly as you can. Yes, let's take my starship. It's the fastest way. My flying monkey's pretty swift. Although I admit I don't have the map for this area, so it's not as fast as it could be. I could make my monkey faster. Meanwhile... Okay. I need a Godbert mount. That's way faster than anything I've got. Hail, dear comrade of Master Poo-Poo. We come in peace. Pray reveal yourself. That's not a Poo-Poo. It's the VeggieTales. Oh, wait, you're the Mandragoras. I know that gentlemanly overlord's voice. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's the zombie! Master Hildibrand, they said you were trapped in slumber, but I rejoice to see that is no longer the case. Gods, it's one of the Walking Dead. Greetings, friends. I am a proud member of the Gentle Dead Men and disciple of Master Hildibrand. Brings you here to Thavner, and in the company of Lanoskia's infamous vegetable menace, no less. Allow me some precious few moments of your lifespan to explain. It was a time when the maggots in my skull grew restless and wriggly. Tales of spoiled seedkin terrorizing the region of Bozja reached our undead fraternity, and so on their behalf I travelled from far to recruit a rotten mandragora. After making his acquaintance, the festering fellow wished to introduce me to his brethren, who he assured me were no less rotten. Thus did I make next for Lanoskia, that I might extend a fetid hand in friendship. When I arrived, however, I learned that one of their companions had been abducted by a strange flying vessel. What was a gentle dead man to do but aid in the search? I turned to the Thavnerian Truth, that reliable bastion of supernatural rumor-mongering, and lo and behold, an alien craft matching the Seedkin's description had been spotted here on this isle. Needless to say, we embarked on our journey forthwith. A subscriber! Ah, one of our faithful readers. I am pleased to see that even in undeath, the hunger for truth is not wholly subsumed by the hunger for brains. So, we find ourselves on the case of the misappropriated Mandragora. This abductor will not evade my powers of discernment. Soon we'll need a case to carry all these cases. An abductor? I have a feeling we won't need to look far. Most dignified way of travelling. Ah, that may have been me. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing this one be one of the things that got sucked up. I'm sure he sucked up a Lalafell as well. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, it might have been the Lalafell that was stalking Nashu. In which case, I guess he's back. So it's fine. Forgive me for taking your friend. In my sample collecting friends, they must have mistaken him for an edible plant of some kind. Understandable. You will not be the first to confuse a mandragora with a salad ingredient. The main thing is that he's returned to us unharmed and uneaten. All's well that ends well. Now, if you excuse me, we should be getting back to Thanalan. Rotting flesh and humidity is an unpleasant combination. My apologies, Master Poo-Poo. We seem to have missed the mark this time, but I swear to you, I shall not rest until you are reunited with your comrade. Comrade? Either way. I always believe your keen inspector sense to be a form of prognostication, but it really was just following your gut. And I'm afraid vague inspectorial feelings will take us only so far. We have an entire world to search, and for that we'd need, I don't know, a veritable army of inspectors. An army of inspectors? Of course! I can simply clone a multitude of Hildibrands as I did before. Now, let's not do anything rash. Being a bit shonky. Oh dear, the ship's matter duplication facility has been temperamental for a while, and now it's broken down completely. This clone is the last it will ever produce. Oh, I've seen pictures of this guy. There's going to be some locals who are very upset with us after this quest. Could go 2 minutes without ruining his suit again. So I saw pictures of this guy when this quest first came out on Twitter because I had it spoiled for me, and I was wondering, I was like, what is the context? So it's nice to finally have the context of why this guy looked like this. He's a bit wrong, isn't he? My name is Brandyhild. Inspector Brandyhild? Why is he so blocky? The cloning process must have failed partway through. Allow me to euthanize this abnormality. Now, let's not do anything rash. Unlike my former replicas, this one is highly unlikely to be mistaken for me. And seeing as we were looking for extra helpers, I say we press this undefined fellow into service. Welcome to the team, Inspector Brandyhild. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Always good, but fixing the thing. Yeah, okay, he's gonna go fix the things that are broke. Thanks, Dad. Oh, he's great. We made quite a mess of that temple ruin, but thanks to Father, it looks as good as new. Or would that be as good as old? In any event, I look forward to tackling the remainder of the case with my charming new contemporary. I am delighted to be part of it. Oh, look how shy he is. He really is very charming. As an unexpected but invaluable addition to our ranks, with the numbers thus bolstered, I say we are ready once more to dive into the fray. Perhaps, but what of our strategy? We need a new approach. If I may, assuming Master Poopa's acquisition pilots a craft of similar design, then might we not instead attempt to locate the starship? Such a striking vessel will have drawn more attention than the comparatively tiny being in question. He has a point. The Truth received a large number of reports from readers claiming to have observed unidentified flying objects. We could review said reports, those that meet the criteria of shiny silver saucer-like naturally, and then remove instances which we know to have been Master Poo-Poo. That should narrow things down considerably. Indeed, what a fantastic idea. Just the kind of brilliance one might expect of one's clone. I was about to make the very same suggestion. Well done, Inspector. I hope I've not overstepped my bounds. I am but a shadow of the original, after all. I have a stack of black issues stored in the workroom I use in the city. Poo-Poo can help me sift through them, and cross off the sightings that were definitely him. Shall we? Oh, is Brandyhild being a like flawed clone actually made him the superior model? That would be incredibly on brand for Hildibrand. Donnie has taken Master Poo-Poo to peruse his store of vast publications. Let us enjoy the brief interlude until they return with the results of their investigation. Do you want to go put on a clean suit? I mean, we got a minute. No? Okay. We've finished going through all the back issues. If we discount the areas we know Poo-Poo to have visited, it turns out that there was only one other sighting of a flying saucer, in Garlemald. The account itself was sent to me by an Imperial soldier named Numerius, who appears to be a loyal fan of the truth. All the way from the Empire, your publication has an impressively wide readership. Our audience has always been universal. After all, the desire to know the unknown transcends all borders and creeds. The saucer was spotted during the Imperial War of Succession. Beyond that, there were no meaningful details. Then we must visit this soldier fellow in Garlemald and wring from him the entire truth. I agree, but our only lead, it's our only lead, we've no choice but to follow up on it. To Camp Broken Glass. It's standard at this point, but I do always love when there's a big group of people and they all have to like rotate slightly and then walk off in the same direction. And it's all just like an awkward silence as you're waiting for everyone to walk off so the quest can end. Everyone present and accounted for. We appear to be missing Master Dillion. My apologies, but I had a hunch that I thought might save us some time. I spoke with some contingent officers, you see, and our Numerius is on the roster of allied Imperial troops. That certainly does make things easier. Were they able to point you in the direction of this numerous chap's posting? Yes, Numerius is currently with his unit, organising the supply dump at Forum Patterns. You should head over there and hope he can spare a few moments to talk. The chill here seeps right into your bones. How are you all not shivering in that unseasonable attire? Oh, a mandibled man on a mission feels neither heat nor cold. I'm not sure how one's frame of mind can overcome the reality of frostbite, but in the end, reality always seems relative around the mandibles. I hope Brandy Hill doesn't get deleted at the end of this, but I have a feeling he's going to. It's sad. So I may just go to the end of this mission and then we'll have to do the rest of the Hildibrand quest next week. It's a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Which means Tuesday. That's going to be happening the next time I stream Final Fantasy 14. I'll have to try and do all of the rest of Hildibrand and the rest of Endwalker in one stream, which is doable, I think, but it might be a late nighter. I'll try and start early. Hello, is there a Numerius here? I am Delion, the editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth. I've come to follow up on your eyewitness account. The editor-in-chief himself. What an honor. I wish there was more to the story, but everything I know is in my submission. I have naught left to tell. Unless you've something else to share. Didn't you say you saw the saucer as well? Oh, I did more than just see it. This was around the time when the fighting with Nerva's faction had escalated into all-out war, you understand. I'd been assigned to an anti-aircraft cannon and was actively surveying for enemies when this silver vessel flew into view. Some new kind of war machina, I presumed, so I opened fire and knocked it out of the sky. Presumed? You mean you never got a look at the wreckage? We were at war, and I wasn't about to venture onto the battlefield to indulge my curiosity. It's probably still out there, somewhere. I like that neither of them are questioning the little blue fellow we've got walking around with us. We have to find that flying, should I say fallen, silvery saucer. Do you have an idea of where it crashed? Not an exact location, no. There he is, still stalking Nashu. Then we'd best have the god's own luck. Garlemald capital region encompasses moms and moms of icy wilderness. If I may, do you happen to remember the approximate speed and bearing of the saucer, and the position and firing angle of the cannon? More or less, I think. An artillerist without a head for numbers wouldn't be long for the profession. So hang on, he can remember all that, but he can't remember sort of the approximate area where it crashed. That should be sufficient, thank you. Oh. Incredible leg strength. I have it. The starship impacted the Earth 1,360 yards to the northeast of our current location, give or take a few yards. How in the Seven House did you arrive at that conclusion? Elementary algebra, my dear Delion. Assuming the craft belonged to Master Poopu's comrade is of similar construction, determining its trajectory is trivial. Haha! My brilliant clone, ladies and gentlemen. I was about to offer the self-same conclusion, but once again he has beaten me to the punch. Hooray for Inspector Brandyhild! Haha, I seem to have stolen my progenitor's thunder. My apologies. 1,360 yards or so to the northeast of here. That improves the chances of our search from near hopeless to rather hopeful. Let's go and find this fallen saucer, shall we? So that it pans past the suspicious Lalafell and over to the suspicious the suspicious guy also spying on us. Right, let's find the crashed saucer and the corpse of Poo-Poo, and then I assume call it a day. But ignore the fact there's 4 more quests to this. This is definitely where it ends. I wonder if they'll ever rebuild this. There will be 4 expansions down the line, and Garlemald will still be a smoking pile of rubble. It's like, no, we're working on it, trust us. We'll get there eventually. We're not spread out too wide. A pot half buried in the snow. Nothing alien to speak of. Alright, Godbert, are you keeping warm? Oh, such an invigorating climate. Yeah, it's... This looks a bit more promising. A scorched and twisted scrap of metal plating. A starship like Poo-Poo's could well have been reduced to a similar state, were it hit by artillery rounds. Sorry, to check which one was talking. Oh, what have you found there, Jack? An exterior panel. This is from my friend's starship, I'm sure of it. Debris from the crash landing. I see no other pieces in the immediate vicinity, which means the vessel may have weathered the barrage and made good its escape. Another possibility is that your comrade recovered most of the wreckage, or some as yet unknown party did. You're saying someone may have made off with our cosmic visitor, saucer and all? I say this is altogether different kind of alien abduction. Has anyone seen Nashu? Now that you mention it, where is my loyal assistant? No! You have to help! My beloved Miss Nashu has been kidnapped! Some cad claiming to be an agent of Dr. Lugai came and took her away. He told me to tell you, and I quote, "If you want your precious companion returned alive, then Jack must present himself at the Tower of Babel, specifically the Magitech servicing facility. Don't forget that part." The gall, the temerity, the audacity, my stalwart aide spirited away under my very nose. My apologies, but who are you? A close acquaintance of Nashu, I assume? Me? Oh, no, I wish. I mean, I just happen to be passing through this snowfield. I'm a snowflake inspector, you see. No two alike and all that. Anyway, enough about me. You need to go and save Miss Nashu. The rest of them are just thinking, like, that guy seems suspicious. And like, yeah, he is suspicious, but we can probably trust him on this one. At last, a chance to stretch my legs. What say you, my son? Shall we get this rescue mission underway? Indeed we shall. They said they wanted me to go. They left without us, even though this doctor fellow asked for you by name. Curious. I love it if they... I was fully expecting them just to run back and just be like, yeah. I've collected what evidence remained of the crash, but solving this mystery will have to wait. The case of the abducted assistant calls. Ooh, it's a duty. Oh, that'll be a good end for today. Meanwhile... We all shall fail before Supraligu. With his new and improved body, revenge will finally be mine. Oh, yes. He has two arms now. He's got a little body dangling off the big one. You will release Nashu this instant. What are you two doing here? I specifically asked the adventurer. Be gone before I unleash my fury prematurely. Oh, this promises to be a proper battle. I see no reason to trouble Jack. We tackle this menace as father and son. The Mandeville men, together. Agreed. Oh, do I get to play as one of these two? But I'll not waste my appetite for vengeance on side dishes. Hired thugs, time to earn your pay. Question is, am I going to be Godbert or am I going to be Hildibrand? Oh ho ho! A little warm-up before the main event. Get them! I mean, playing as Godbert would be great, but I really want to play as Hildibrand. Ah, I'm Godbert, okay. This better be just like Dynasty Warriors. I just like one-shot everything, otherwise this is... I got Rage of the Gentival, Mandible Sprint, Mandible Lariat, Mandible Dropkick, and I got my Limit Break. Okay. Hildibrand just... Okay, he's just dancing. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, this is just like Dynasty Warriors. Like, I'm taking no damage whatsoever. And Hildibrand's just acting as a just drawing aggro. Your lackeys were found lacking. Come and face your fate. Insolent worms, the sun will be the first to die. I can't quite. Oh no, I have my sprint. Keep running, son. Plague is gone, but it's great. He's just Lubu. You survived by missiles, then enjoy some leftover war machina. Yeah, I don't think he's any damage whatsoever. I just need to kill Hildibrand. No, he's not taking any damage either. I mean, it's impossible to lose this. Broken your toys. This is over. Surrender. My war machina. If reasonable means fail, then unreasonable measures are called for. Stand back, Hildibrand. Let your old man handle this. Oh, I barely even needed a tap as well. Like it was normally with like Warrior and Light quick TPTs, you gotta tap really hard. And I was just getting started. You stop them all by sidestepping! Very well, it seems I must crush you myself. Oh, finally decided to take us seriously, have you? Really looking forward to using my heavy break on this guy. Like, he's got like actual stuff. So I need to like he's not doing any damage. I don't need to dodge anything. Oh no, he's actually done a little bit. I do actually have a little bit of damage now. What manner of fiend are you? I'm gonna kill him before my limit break kicks in. This move was meant for another, but you burst my iron, I guess? Yeah, iron. Genuinely one of the strongest men in the world. like the mechanics, then Hildibrand is dancing and dodging them all. Godfred's is like, nah, I don't need to. You force my hand, I'll bring this place down on your heads. The doctor leaves himself wide open. Let us seize the advantage. Oh, it's limit break time! This is the best type of trial, dude even, where they're just like, this is just an exhibition match, don't worry about it. Now's our chance. Oh, it's the father-son suplex. Wah. So if I grab hold, this counts. The Mandible Men! Victorious again! Oh, it's a Mandible Muscle Buster! Generational bonding overdrive! God was just like, my son's fine. I don't need to check. Things seem to be well in hand. Don't get ahead of yourself. Oh, it's this guy, it's the head. There you are, my loathsome nemesis. I saved something special just for you. He's using a nose Kamehameha. Wait, it's alright, Brandy Hill's using his beautiful mind. Is this like, is he using the Speed Force? Wait, hang on. I've seen this happen before. Okay. Unfortunately, Harsherfont did that outside, so it didn't have the same effect. Can this guy be dead, please? Are we doing volleyball again? Oh no, we're heading. Keep your uppies. Yeah! No! Oh, I got to do something in a cutscene for once. Oh, that was a lovely nap. Oh, did someone build a Magitech servicing facility while I was asleep? Nicely done, Inspector Branderhild. Once more, the clone has put the original to shame. Inspector, please. I am but a pale imitation of your ideal. Ah, I knew keeping company with the famous Jack would lead me to a worthy challenge. Worthy of breaking a sweat, at least. You've done all the work for me! You've done all the work for me. This is a sad one. You've done all the work for me. Oh, 'twas rude of us not to share a slice of the action. Yet even vaunted champions such as yourself must rest their bodies and let others rise to the occasion from time to time. The villain is vanquished, and Nashu is returned to us safe and sound. I say we head back to Rad's at hand to regroup and rethink our position. Now, your comrade yet lives, Master Poo-Poo, I am certain of it. Take heart, and let us continue the search. Oh, he's adorable. Let's hope he doesn't turn out to be like, he's like, oh, I've rejoined my friend. Now, let's continue our plan to conquer the Earth. It's like, oh, dang it, we're gonna have to kill him. I hate when this happens. Garlemald and back have we journeyed, yet this is just the beginning of the case of the silent correspondent. Come, my friends, the shard of sorcery secured shall lead us onwards to new discoveries. Wait for me, Inspector. I don't know which way is onwards. I should follow him, shouldn't I? Wait for me. That bracing melee was just what the chirurgeon ordered. A spot of exertion to stimulate the mind, and I find myself ready to grapple with the finer points of forging again. Your assistance in this historic reproduction of mandible weaponry would be, as always, most welcome. Until our next meeting. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations, Jack. Once again, our travels were rife with inexplicable phenomena, and yet I am no closer to exposing Poo-Poo's well-concealed conspiracy. He will slip up one day, though. You and I will be there to catch him. Alright, let's give us a meanwhile teaser. Meanwhile... This guy's still not dead. He's still carrying his head around. Oh, it was this guy. Okay. I don't know why they needed to, like, make him mysterious, because he's a character that was literally just introduced as this part of this quest. You took my coin and failed. What audacity that you should return, seeking my largesse once more. Largesse once more. Hey, so it's actually retrospective. When catching bits and pieces of these completely out of context cutscenes, and boy, I don't think context would help. It is. Hildibrand is a hoot. Hildibrand is, yeah. Even with the context, it's still a bit. Well, it's something. But good to see you. Hope Okay, dandy. Unfortunately, I'm pretty much about to wrap up for the evening. I figured I'd finish this one off and then finish the rest of this off and the rest of Endwalker off on Tuesday. I deserve your scorn, but I promise you, your plans are in danger so long as that tenacious pest yet lives. I know of a path to victory, a forbidden path, one which demands the manifestation of the divine. I've been looking since you started, but couldn't really listen. Ah, okay. So yeah, it's just seeing the cutscenes without any context is it does help a little, but also it's just Hildibrand stuff is batshit. So yeah, but Godbert and Hildibrand just did a father-son muscle suplex on a giant robot. That's about what you need to know at the moment. You have my attention. I don't know who this mysterious man is, but I guess it's not that important. Standard Hildy stuff, pretty much. Pretty much. It's really hard to be going to choose a thumbnail for this VOD though, because I've just been like, oh, we'll use that as the thumbnail, and then something else happens, and I'm like, oh, we'll use that. Oh, oh no. But it's nice to have options, I suppose. Alien friends with strange technology, cloning yourself can lead to tragedy. Sometimes you get what you don't expect. A blocky man of quality, Inspector Brandyhild. Flat-faced for sure, but still sharp. I didn't read the last word, but see you, Inspector. I know that they put lyrics to the end thing, but they don't bother. There's no voice acting in the Hildibrand quest at all. I wish they did. I wish they had voice acting. But okay. There's still 4 quests left yeah, I think it's by agents, I don't know. Yes, yeah, okay. So there's 4 quests left, including a trial. So like even if I do push on and do a bit more, I'm still gonna be able to finish it tonight. So we'll just leave it there because it's hot. It's so hot. I've had a headache for this entire stream, and it's been kind of lingering, like at the back of my head, and just as it's gotten hotter and hotter, I can feel it building. It's like, let's stop before, because I want to enjoy Hildibrand stuff, and I won't enjoy it as much if I've got a headache, and I'm just like, please end, please get this over with so that I can stop talking and I can go and have a cold shower. So I'll stop there. But it's just, this is great. Hildibrand genuinely is my favourite content in all of Final Fantasy XIV. And it's been so long since I got to do some Hildibrand stuff, so I'm very, very happy. Because it is absolutely, like, as insane as always. And I'm looking forward to finishing this off. Like, it's not a complaint that there's too much Hildibrand to do in one stream. I mean, I probably could do it in one stream, but it would be like a 5 to 6 hour stream. And we already did a 5 to 6 hours. We already did a 6 hour Final Fantasy XIV stream this week, so we'll finish on Tuesday. I'll try and start as early as I can, so like 8-ish. I'll try and start as early as 8 o'clock as possible, because basically we need to finish Hildibrand and then we need to finish Endwalker. And I think there's about 2 hours left of Hildibrand and about 3 hours left of Endwalker. So I don't want to really be going later than 1 or 2. And yes, I need to practice Sonic. Which is what I will be doing for the bulk of tomorrow afternoon, I think, because I haven't been doing as much as I need to, and I need to make up for lost time if I'm going to have any chance. And like, if I don't want to just like DNF all day Sunday and then have to spin the wheel like 9 times. I was planning on starting at 3, but I might well start at 12 just to get a bit more practice in before I actually start doing attempts, but I guess I'll see how confident I am after tomorrow. I will stream something tomorrow, but I don't know what. I haven't decided. A part of me really wants to stream Elden Ring just because I want to play it, but I'm gonna wait. We'll stream it Friday. Maybe I'll play that. Still Wakes the Deep. I'll see how long that is, and maybe we'll play that tomorrow. That would be a nice. I want to do a one-off something tomorrow. I got a few ideas in mind. But yeah, I'll see what I feel. It'll be something low effort considering I'm also streaming all day Sunday. So if I see you then, I'll see you then. Otherwise, have a good night and stay dandy. Bye bye.